Today we're taking a look at secret government. Apparently this game is all about being part of a secret society that of course runs all world organizations, all governments, a sort of Illuminati simulator if you will. But I'm fairly new to this, guys. I'm sure you guys are too, so I want to jump in. And this is really cool. We can start in a number of different areas. We can start in England's glorious revolution. We can also start in the New World. Or we can just do a free play and essentially set any goals for the Brotherhood that we want. I'm going to try the New World approach. This just seems really interesting, and of course we get to decide whether we support the Colonists or whether we support the British. I think I am going to try under the Colonists here. For centuries, the Brotherhood has stood behind rulers, guiding their policies. Now we are leaning over the cradle of the American nation. You and your Brotherhood need to help the new nation on their path to independence. Let's make it happen. And a lot of people do believe, actually, that the original Founding Fathers, well, some of them for sure were Freemasons. So if you... Okay, a new country will appear on this continent. Now, there's going to be a lot of different things here that we haven't really taken a look at yet. I'm extremely new to the game. So here we go. Let's make sure that they start to get to work. Many colonists complain about the current situation, but only few want drastic changes. We'll begin by them taking against the metropolis and acknowledge themselves as a separate nation. Which way do you recommend? Let's make sure that London draws even more resources from the colonies. They will rise up if they give the last resources. Alright, so we're going to try and spark unrest here in the colonies. I would say, let's say the colonists make sure the metropolis is ready to fight against them. Let the economic pressure become unbearable is an option. As long as the loyalist support is strong, the colonies will not be ready for independence. I agree. We need to lower that loyalist support. Look at this. All sorts of different areas we can look into. They have their own armies. They have their own power centers, etc. This is pretty fascinating. Constitutional monarchy, and we even have a ruling party of British loyalists. So I'm guessing this is my actual sort of agent. The Brotherhood option, the counteraction, captives, intelligence. Let's take a look here at the intelligence. So we can search for signs of enemy activity, collect information. Let's start off right now by just collecting information. And as you can see in this game, if you chat with neighbors, different people, different shopkeepers, etc., you're going to actually learn information about the selected individual and potentially actually get some information about how to change the colony to favor you a little bit more. I also want to see what Brotherhood actions can we take, so we can actually establish a lodge. You can't get much more Illuminati than that. We can also transfer resources and withdraw a number of resources, and even recruit neophyte brothers. I'm going to start with establishing a lodge. A lodge isn't the only place brothers can gather to increase unity within the ranks. It's also where they can discuss thoughts without pretending, and thus can be used to our advantage. Chooses initiates and promotes its members. Alright, a lodge has been established in New York. Every day the lodge will generate resources to the Brotherhood's treasury without raising awareness. The number of resources depends on the level of infiltration and the level of development of the country's institution. And again, guys, that's one main goal in this game, is to try and actually become part of the reigning government and really establish our dominance and control. As you can see, we even have brothers in France. And we might as well go ahead and also try and change things here. Intelligence. We could collect information on an opponent's lodge. Let's just set up surveillance for now. And this way we could discover things, for all we know. We could also send this guy over to the United States. I'm pretty sure we can. I'm sure there's some way to dock him or something like that and send him over. Oh, wait a minute. I know. Is it Brotherhood? Move the brother. Alright, let's send him to Cherokees. Yes. Now, the cost of the action is quite expensive. We do have just enough to make it happen. And let's go ahead and get the game started, guys. So you can, of course, fast move or do normal mode here. I like to just kind of move quickly as everything is progressing throughout the world, of course. Quite a few brothers here that we still need to get. Excuse me. But I'm loving the aesthetic so far. This sort of approach of just having to get yourself into the government. As you can see here, the current infiltration level is at 0%. So there's different ways to, of course, initiate infiltration, but we could try some direct influence. So let's just take a look here. I wonder if parties, establishment of party, Persuade the opposition to organize a strike. Agitate troops for desertion. That is pretty cool. We can even create a leader. Let's create a leader. British loyalists. I just want to cause unrest. Alright, the political party of unrest gets a leader. We can even cause an epidemic. So the possibilities are quite endless here. Let's see. Collect information. Let's just set up surveillance here as well. Again, we're sure to find something eventually. We're just going to continue, and hopefully we'll pick up on some information. Just look at all the land, all the territory here we have to work with. Apparently we have something over here. Incident on the border may trigger a war between Poland and England. So we could actually try to move down south and cause some issues. Let's take a look here at the manuscripts. So there's a tremendous amount of different information here in the actual sort of manual, I guess. It's a massive, massive manual. You can just see here there's different nationalities, different kinds of soldiers, active army, garrisons, how to unleash wars, what they will actually do to of course, support you. So we can see here, for instance, it's not possible to destroy the lodge of another brotherhood, but it is possible to destroy the whole country together with the lodge. So it's just one of many ways to establish your brotherhood, of course, and be the strongest one. I'm pretty sure we already established a lodge, right? You can even look at the public order. A lot of different actual buttons here to just take a look. Population, ideology, etc. Pretty interesting. So it's only about 23% patriot. I don't think anybody's even considering revolution at the moment. Captives. Okay, we don't currently have any captives, but something to consider as we move forward. Let's just keep on fast moving. Let's see, into the parties. Can we establish the party? Oh, this is cool. All right, so we actually get to decide on a new party. Let's call it a conservative party. We support a constitutional monarchy. We support militarism, free trade, state control of the market. No, actually, we're just going to have state interventionism. No, I don't want state control or state interventionism. We're going to be for free trade, but also extremely authoritarian in terms of our social structure, and elitism. Only the best may join. So there we go. It's going to take 11 of these to pass by. I guess it's days or turns. I think it's days. No, it's not days, because that's... the current date is not going that quickly. I guess hours even. And we will accomplish that task. Let's see if we can establish our new political party, start bringing people in, and I think this is one way to, of course, garner some additional support. As you can see here, you also get information on each one of your brothers. They have different characteristics, things like this. This guy, for instance, is a freak, which means he's not great at recruiting people, understandably. No one really wants to be near him. But otherwise, I just love this sort of part of the game. So, let's see here. Let's promote our party line to the conservative radicals. So support for the party of conservative radicals by all estates grows for 40 or 50 days. And again, this just takes a few days to establish. We're still moving our other guy, the Worshipful Master, our main actual cult member, over here to the New World to assist us. And one of them, of course, is remaining here in Paris, France. Don't mind that one bit. In fact, let's see what else we can do here. We could start a political party here in Paris as well. So let's establish the party. We're going to keep the same party here. We have multiple things going on around the world. I do think they need to improve the fast forward button, but they have mentioned that this is an early access version, so there's still a lot to be done, guys. And we don't even have any current control of the area. That's going to take time in this game. Let's see here. Cause an epidemic. That's so screwed up. Brotherhood. Establish a lodge. We already have that. Hide signs of activity. Hide from the world. Nope. Nothing we have to do there. I think everything we have to do is going to be about promoting our party line. Agitating troops to desertion. That's amazing. We can even organize mass protests. So I think we're just going to keep boosting the party line. Now, this time amongst the British loyalists. Just so that we're consistently... Oh, it looks like we cannot promote it to the British loyalists, it looks like. Promote party line to the conservative radicals. Alright, we currently don't have the resources to promote it again. We're going to have to wait just a bit. But hopefully, we're slowly growing in influence. Obviously, for that to happen, we need some more neophytes to join us and ultimately get into these government positions. And there we go. It looks like we've moved one of the brothers into Cherokee territory. Now, here's a chance to also cause some commotion. Let's take a look here. Could search for signs of enemy activity. That's not a bad idea. Let's do it. And of course, that's going to cost us resources just to do that. But finding out whether or not the enemy is in the Cherokee area is obviously useful. It looks like we're going to be okay. Look at this massive tree of government, by the way. I'm loving the possibilities for this game. Let's set up surveillance. Nope, we're not going to be able to afford it. So maybe just setting up an additional party. I think this is probably... Or do we just promote existing party line? Yes, we do. Alright, let's promote it amongst the absolute reactionaries there. Be the strongest political party, my friends. So we still need 400 influence for this. Let's just take a look here. Revenue from lodges. So the lodges increase influence. And we also get a lot of revenue, just income from the lodges. So the lodges overall seem to help us in multiple ways. I think we already have a lodge here, but we still need to get that influence to fully establish it. We've established one in New York. And look at this. If we go to Connecticut, we could potentially cause a problem between England and Rhode Island. I didn't realize that Rhode Island was going to be a separate country. So let's see how quickly we can move to Connecticut. It'll be a pretty quick run. Only 5. Okay, we can get there quickly, guys. Since it's so close, I guess it's cheaper and pretty fast. And there we go. Look at that. There's an actual battle going on. 6,000 against 7,000. That is crazy. Now, is there anything we can do here to become part of this fight or assist with it? I'm not sure. I think, however, that promoting our party line during the fighting may be a good thing to do, or even just establishing a lodge. So let's see if we can establish a lodge here. Again, we still need that influence, so we just got to wait for that influence to accrue. I was kind of hoping that that would stick around for a while so that we could see what happens. But my goal here is to gain a tremendous amount of power in the Northeast and also a tremendous amount of power over here in the Cherokee territory. You can see that that influence is slowly but surely coming to us. Apparently, we also get revenue from brothers that eventually join government institutions. But since we've just joined the game, this is going to take some time. So propagating the ideas. The government of New York is highly critical of the ideas of the conservative radicals. Something to consider for the future there. All right, guys, so we've got some objectives here. Support the British Loyalist Party in 2 British colonies should drop by 10%. We've accomplished that. In any British colony, support for the unrest should grow by 20%. So this is where we really need to start pushing unrest, maybe even pushing for desertions, things like that. But I think before we do that, we need to make sure that we actually have a party established here in this particular territory. I wonder, like, if we have to keep reestablishing the party, or once we establish it, now we just need to raise support for it. I think that's what we need to do. We even get a society list here, guys, of aristocrats. I could do a 1-hour gameplay video on this game, to be honest with you. This is also the government screen, so we could eventually get in here. We could organize an assassination. We could set up surveillance. We could try to even recruit him. So I'm going to try to recruit Samuel Lippman. He's one of the members of the government here. And obviously getting him into the cult would be massive for us. Let's take a look. we're just going to have to wait a bit with him. We don't have enough to currently promote the party line. And Samuel Lippman refused to deal with us. So as you can see, we're not immediately going to give government ministers amongst our ranks. I think we need to earn that privilege. We need to be able to build more lodges, take more control of the area, etc., etc. Man, what a cool game. Alright guys, it's time to establish our lodge. We're going to do it right here in Rhode Island. I believe we have enough. Hold on a second. The total level of infiltration must be higher than 60%. That's right. Now, we are slowly starting to infiltrate the total government here, but that's not going to be sufficient for this level, so maybe we want to move back to New York. And let's see. Just curious here. If we have actually established some power in New York. So let's take a look here. New York. And we'll assign him to head over there. I'm hoping we've at least got some control in there. We did start a lodge there after all. And hopefully that will have brought some government control. Let me pause here. And here we go. 0 level of infiltration. That's a shame. So when we actually back out and look at England, for instance, we could see that we have quite, well, not a huge amount, but a little bit of infiltration here in the economic institutions, the military institutions. Also in France, we have a significant amount of infiltration in the economic institutions and the military institutions. But in the New World, you know, we are very fresh here, as it were. So this could take some time. Let me just quickly see. Establish a lodge. Total level. So once again, we have to try and increase infiltration. I think the only way to do this is to try and get some neophytes, perhaps. So let's do that. Let's go ahead and recruit a neophyte. Chance of success, 100%. Don't mind if I do. And hopefully this will increase the amount of infiltration within the actual colony. Again, we're learning this game together, so I know there's going to be different ways to do it. Let's see what this way is. Looks like a suitable candidate. Alright, so Oscar joined us, guys. And now he, of course, becomes part... Does he become part of our party? Let's see. Local influence 1. Interesting. So this is used by neophytes to run errands. That is really cool. Now we're still... Infiltration is still low, so I'm still looking for different ways to increase infiltration. But I'm guessing that, you know, the party is going to be important, I think. So, for instance, promoting our political party. Promoting the party line. Let's keep on doing that. And this time we'll go for the British loyalists, try to get them on our side. We are supposed to be preaching to the radicals according to the objectives here. But this is a good start here. And the party line is done. Wonderful work, master, indeed. Should we try to capture people? I don't think so. I think for now we just hold on. Maybe even try to get some additional neophytes. Let's do it, guys. I'm thinking of focusing like everybody in New York. This way, you know, I think we could probably infiltrate a lot faster. But as you can see, those local influence sources, we're gaining from that, which I really, really enjoy. But it's going to take us some time to actually infiltrate these areas. Travis Haley looks like a suitable candidate. Yet another guy. We've got Travis Haley here. Hopefully this is going to be growing quite quickly. Now, public order is also falling. Let me see. I'm going to pause. Apparently, I wonder if we could somehow assist here. We've got to carry out an action, guys. What about agitating troops to desertion or just organizing mass protests? Let's do it. It's going to be quite costly here, but I want to see what happens, and we're going to do it for the conservative radicals. Temporary authority of the Party of British Loyalists drops by 500. The aggression of the ruling Party of British Loyalists against the conservative radicals increases by 30, and we actually increase the chance of riots. And of course, riots work in our favor. Basically, anytime there's unrest, that's good for us. We want as much unrest as possible so that we can sink our fangs into the country here. There we go. Slowly but surely growing here with the power resources. At the withdrawal of resources. The ability to discreetly benefit from the governmental systems and thereby increase the resources of the Brotherhood is invaluable to the common cause. You should keep in mind that there are two types of resources. Global resources are needed to achieve the goal of the entire Brotherhood. Only 6 Masters and the Grand Master may gain them. Local are produced with a particular county by adepts and neophytes. Yes. Alright, well, we definitely want more influence. It's going to be important. We'll immediately assign our neophytes to get on that and just take advantage of the situation. I think that's obviously the point of the game, is take advantage and slowly but surely infiltrate these parties. Look at this. We can even cause some guys to leave, some soldiers to leave here. Let's do it, folks. That's going to take a little bit longer, it looks like, but obviously causing mass desertions is not something anybody is really looking forward to. And while we're at it, I'll even consider establishing a lodge out here. We still need that 530, and again, we need the influence within the area. This is showing us the entire government panel. And we can actually, over time, take over this government. Let's promote our party line once again. Wow, we need so much influence to promote the party line. This is why I think it's going to be a really important commodity. It's just getting that party line to work, of course. So at least the ruling party support level is dropping. Before it was at 49%. If we can start a revolution, I believe that's where we start to actually step in and make a real difference. The local brotherhood. Look at that, guys. We've got our neophytes. We've got our masters. Just a really cool, interesting game. I can't wait to see exactly what happens as it progresses. But I'm really hoping that, you know, they stay on top of this thing and just keep on adding. It seems very interesting, sort of like a behind-the-scenes Europa Universalis 4. But I think only time will tell if it's actually worth it. And there we go. We have agitated troops to desertion. I know we're causing some panic, but I just don't see us actually infiltrating any of the government institutions. Now, before we click right here, as you can see, we have the government screen. So we're going to try, let's try to infiltrate the ambassador. In fact, first we can just collect information or set up surveillance. So let's set up surveillance on him. We're going to put Corey Crossman on it. The head of special services. I am going to collect information, and I'm hoping, oh, we have to wait a bit. I'm hoping that by using this information, we can slowly but surely lull these guys or bring these guys over to our side, and then we truly will be in the government. So I can't wait here. Come on, come on. Set up surveillance. Errand is done. In the great state of New York, there he is. Look at the ambassador, guys. So we can initiate peace talks, set up a diplomatic meeting. Leave the office. Well, of course, we don't want to do all that stuff, do we? And these are just the different abilities he has, which is amazing. Okay. So let's try and recruit. Chance of success is only 10%. If we use bribery, it's 35%. If we use intimidation, it's 100%. That is so cool, guys. So here we go. We're going to go ahead and intimidate this guy into following us. I hope it works. Well, of course it's going to work. And this will be our first step into New York. Corey Crossman joined us, guys. We now have a cult member as ambassador of New York. I think, of course, we have to work our way up. But the Minister of Trade looks like a potentially good option. Let's set up some surveillance on him. And we can do the same to many others, of course. As you can see here, now we own 11% of government institutions. It's a very small fraction of the government institutions, but it's beginning, guys. Our reign is starting. Well, guys, as always with my videos, this is a gameplay video. If you liked it and you want to see more, you know what to do. Hit that like button, and please drop a comment down below. It really does help more than you guys can imagine, and it shows that you care about the future of this channel. I'd love to play this game some more, so please do support me. Take care, folks.